This is the way. Oh, okay, cool. What's up, guys? My ninjas instead of my. Anyways, what's up, my ninjas? That's what I'm gonna call you from now on. It's because why not? I decided. I have hereby announced you are now my ninjas. Alright. Anyway, so today I wanted to explain to you how the rich control our education and our learning and how they do it through influence. And what is in your life is what you know and learn about. And anything is possible, it's just what is in your vicinity. And so, like, whatever's in your vicinity, that's basically what exists. You know what I'm saying? So, my point is, well, a point, I guess, is that, like, not literally, but per se, you could say that magic is true if a reality uh, if we had what it took for magic to exist, it would exist, right? That's why once upon a time, they were able to make, like, we barely may have figured out how they made cement back in the day, and how we just, like, the point I'm trying to drive at is they had like a tech tree, if you will, and they had an understanding that we don't have on certain things, and we have an understanding that they didn't have. We have computers, they had human bodies. Like, for an example, you know what I'm saying? Like, they used to eat hearts and shit because they knew something that we don't know today. At least most of us don't know. Some people might. That could be what Trump and what's it called, the guy from Fox News, whatever his name was, like they're putting like this stuff on their skin, and for all we know, it could be the stuff that comes from your babies, like um, what's it called, the sack that babies are in, and how the umbilical cord, and there's a chemical in them or something. I forgot what it's called. But that's that's thought process in and of itself, and we can go down that rabbit hole, right? But they control, and that's part of it. Okay, so the reason why I brought that up is because it's relative to my point, but it isn't the point. So back to the point here. Okay, let's go to a video. What I'm going to show you is how they control the world. Now, basically, what they do is it's all about learning and understanding and figuring things out and thinking, and like, you don't know about it until you know about it. And just because you know about it doesn't mean you're smarter than me. It just means that you had thought about it and I didn't. And that's kind of my point. You haven't thought about it, and we haven't thought about it because they haven't told us about it. And that's the paywall. That's education. That's the knowledge. They hold that knowledge for ransom, basically, and that's what it is. That's the paywalls are, ransom, basically. It's just justified ransom, basically. That's exactly what I forget the term for it, but in politics, there's people that are professional ass kissers, basically, and they kiss the ass of politicians to try to influence them and make them do something. Right? again, it's all relative. It's all part of it. It's all a part of it. So, anyways, what happens here is Neil is about to tell Chuck about something. Chuck is going to learn it and understand it, and it becomes part of his world. And instantly, he's like, "Yeah, duh, like no shit." But before he thought about it, he didn't know about it. And now that he's thought about it, and since he's a knowledgeable person, understanding it, it fit right into what he knows. And so he's like, well, duh, of course, no shit. But the point is, he didn't think about it until Neil brought it up, and that's kind of how it works. Most of the bottom people are the bottom simply because the top people don't talk about shit. And it's not because they're actually better than you or worth more than you. It's that they have more privileges than you did. They have less paywalls than you have. That's all it is. It's not that they're better, it's that they're worth more money. That's kind of how the world works right now. That's why the world sucks, and why the world is going backwards, and why it's falling apart. Is because we have a bunch of people who are fake, and all of the real people don't make it. Like my channel, for example, it doesn't get any attention at all. And the reason why it doesn't get any attention at all is because the top know that if I get to speak, then they aren't the top anymore, right? That's why they want Bernie Sanders to shut up, and that's why they want Trump to be the president. That's why they want Charlie Kirk to speak. That's why they want fucking, um, like all of these, anybody that you can think of, basically. Um, I suck at bringing up names, but it's all of these people. They're just trying to keep you busy and keep you misinformed and not paying attention, and to keep you on a side quest and never focus on the main quest, never locked in. And that's the goal. And anyways, I'm gonna show it to you right now. Okay, watch this.
Actually, a little known fact: if you slow down a spacecraft,
right,
in orbit,
yeah,
it drops to a lower orbit and speeds up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I just told him a fact. If you do this, then this happens. He said, interesting. He's never thought about it. Interesting. Huh. That's crazy. Now watch.
Give me a second because I'm trying to process this.
It's a new information. I'm trying to process this.
Orbit that's lower than a high orbit is moving faster.
Oh, moving fast because you're in a lower orbit.
You're in a lower orbit.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, you have to move
So
yeah,
faster because
exactly.
you're still.
You see how he's like, well, yeah, and he's like keeping encouraging basically, is because it fits, it makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. But I didn't think about it, and that's the whole fucking idea. You didn't know that was a thing until they told you it was a thing, and they were benefiting from that thing this whole time, and they're not telling you about that thing because then you get part of it, and they don't want to share. That's what it is. They have territory, they have ground, and they don't want to share it with you. They know that you are you can be a better competitor, and because you're a better competitor, a predator even, because you are potentially a bigger threat than they are. They know that the only way I can keep you down is to starve you of the information, so that you don't know the truth of the reality, and so I have a leg up on you. And that's how the world works. That's how it's been working for a long time. It started with I drive a Mustang, or I have a Mustang in my family because my dad has a Mustang, and girls liked him because he had access to a Mustang, and they all wanted to ride around on the Mustang because it was all on TV and shows and shit, and it plagued our minds, thinking, oh, this is the way, but in reality, no, it's not the way. That's not what you want. You want a boy that gets his own Mustang. And his own, like, you don't want to benefit. You don't want the Trump style people to win. That's not good. That's why America sucks. That's why the world sucks, because that's what's winning. It turns out they're puppets, and they are only winning because they're being paid off to do so. And you don't understand that. You need to understand that. That's what it's all about. The paywall exists, and it's basically they're holding it for ransom. And then they only allow stupid people to succeed, And if you're intelligent, they hold you down so that you can't evolve and develop. And that's what's going on. That's literally what's going on today. So thank you, Chuck, and thank you, Neil, for that little example. I just thought I'd make this video to point that out. How they know something and they know it and you don't know it, but you don't know it not because it's some highly technical thing. It's just because you never thought about it. And if you thought about it, then you would know about it. And that's why they invented the paywall. Is because now you know about it, but you had to pay all of your money to know about it. And now you owe me all of this shit. So now that you're a doctor, you got to pay me all of this money. Even though, like, it's stupid. Like, you become a doctor just so you can pay for my boat. Like, here's some knowledge. Thank you for the yacht, for the knowledge. Like, that's not, what the fuck? That's not how it should be. It shouldn't be that way. It should be, thank you for the knowledge. Here's a boat because I have so much money, I wanted to buy you a boat. You know what I'm saying? That's how it should be. It shouldn't be, you buy me a boat because I said so. It should be, I bought you a boat because I wanted you to. Oh, you didn't want to, or you didn't have to, or we all came together as a class, we all came together and bought you a yacht. Or we bought you a fucking 500,000 jumbo jet from Qatar, or whatever the fuck it was. Anyways, that's it. So, that's all I'm trying to tell you. Be well, be happy, be safe. And again, the only reason why my fucking channel is not doing hella big and hella big is because they are holding it down because they know that the information I'm telling you will help you prevail. Just like Bernie Sanders, he can fill a stadium, but he can't fill a chat room. And they are in control of that chat room, but not that stadium. That's why, and that's how the world works. And that stadium is getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller as time progresses because it's getting more and more and more about YouTube, Twitch, and all that shit. It's all about online and all about algorithms and whatnot. And they control all of that shit. And then the bots, you have to pay for bots. If you didn't pay for bots, then you don't win. But if you pay for bots, then you win. Oh, it turns out it's pay to win. Living is pay to win right now. It's you pay money and you do well. That's what it is you pay to win. So anyways, be well, be happy, be safe. I'm out. You pay money, you spend money, and you get money back. That's all it is. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. And it's all corrupt people all the way through, and that's why the world sucks. So anyways, I'm out. So Godspeed, be well, be happy, be safe. Take care, be well, be happy, and share the wealth, share the life, share the love. And extend ladders, and don't let the door hit you where the Lord split you in peace. And as far as the live video, no one's here, of course, and no traffic at all. So that's it. So peace. I'm out. Godspeed. God bless. Take care. Don't let the door hit you where the Lord split you and all that shit. Bye.